Hey, Scott here, reminding you to keep your eyes out for plants and zombies. And today we are going to forage for pumpkins. Okay, so I'm cheating today. This is just for fun. I'm going to tell you about eating pumpkins and about pumpkins as they relate to zombies. Yeah, that's right. They tangentially relate to zombies and more vampires. Let's just jump into it. First, you want to get your pumpkin. You might want to grow your own until the actual zombie apocalypse happens and it's an emergency, and maybe the farm owner has zombified, so he's not going to use those pumpkins. But you go get a pumpkin, and now what do you do with it? Cut the thing open, scrape out the seeds. You can bake it in an oven, or I assume over a campfire if you maybe wrap it in aluminum foil to keep in the juices. Maybe, I haven't tried that, but I'm cheating. Bake it in an oven until the meat of the pumpkin is soft and you can scrape it out like you would do with a spaghetti squash or an acorn squash or something like that. You can also wash off the seeds and you can salt those and season those and bake them in an oven, and that's a delicious and nutritious fall snack. It's also really good for men's health too. It has a lot of minerals to keep men nice and healthy. Well, everybody really, it's just especially good for men. Don't forget to carve it into a jack-o'-lantern, because jack-o'-lanterns were used to keep away, the mischievous spirits. Now, if you have a magical type of undead, then let me move along here. If you have a magical type of undead, then great, make a jack-o'-lantern. If you're dealing with zombie virus type of zombies, then maybe don't do that, because it could just draw them to your position. Or use it as a decoy, and then the light source will lead them away from you. Be warned though, because according to folklore, if you leave a pumpkin out, one that's not carved into a jack-o'-lantern, you leave it out too long and it can turn into a vampire pumpkin. This applies to some other gourd type things as well. And you'll know it's a vampire pumpkin because it'll have little blood spots on it and it will roll around on the ground. But it's generally not considered dangerous because it doesn't have any teeth. And I'm going to show you a yummy flatbread that you can make with that pumpkin guts we just made. Ah, the setting sun. Soon the vampires and junk will be out. It's right in my eyeballs. So take an equal portion of flour and the pumpkin stuff, mix that all together, and you can put that out on like a skillet, put a little butter down or something. Actually, I've never had any trouble with this sticking, but just to be safe, put a little butter down. And now you can get it out and use a rolling pin and all that, but it's really easier and it makes less of a mess to drop it right on the skillet and then like use a couple of forks or something to smooth that out, and then cook it on one side till you feel like it's done. This is just to how you like it. I've cooked it for a good amount of time. I really like it to retain a little moisture for me, but this is a really flexible cooking time. There's not a specific amount of time. So cook it on one side, flip it over, cook it on the other side. It's already good because pumpkins are good. But if you want to cheat again, as we're cheating, you can add just a little powdered sugar on top of that. Ooh, it's good, coming right off of the stove top, or a little maple syrup. That's nice. Or a little whipped cream. Oh, we're getting crazy now. This is quite the extravagant zombie apocalypse. Okay, this has been sort of a cheating video. These are really good. Hey, if you eat these the next day, warm them back up, because they're so much better warm than they are cold. Okay, what about in a more serious zombie apocalypse type of setting? There may be a way to still have pumpkins, but let's save that for another day. You could substitute pumpkins for, say, sweet potatoes or wild sweet potatoes, and that's a video for another day, but that's coming up. And what about the flour? How are you going to get flour in a zombie apocalypse? Well, I've got a theory about using acorn flour, and I'm just going to have to experiment and get back with you on that. But I'm going to have to work with maybe a binder, maybe eggs. So if you've got some zombie apocalypse, chickens, some chicken farms in zombie apocalypse, maybe you could make that. I'm going to have to get back to you on that. Anyway, this is Scott reminding you to keep your eyes out for plants and for zombies. Hey, happy foraging, all right? Happy Halloween.